Hi Kilian, thank you for accepting to sit with us for this short interview. Just want to ask you a few questions. It seems that shared unisex fragrances are overtaking specific fragrances. What's your thoughts on this? And I know you're one of the pioneers in this new trend.
When you mean unisex, you mean luxe artisanal fragrances over masstige fragrances? We're talking more unisex over for men and for women.
For men and for women.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, the consideration of having scents for men and for women is very marketing when you think about it. It's just tradition that led to the situation we are today. Why would the lavender flower be for men, the rose for women, but geranium was also a rosy note for men? You know, at one point it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So the other thing is that if you start thinking when you create a perfume, if you're thinking it's for men, then intuitively you're going to say, oh, but men like things that are a bit fresh and sparkling, so I'm going to... You know, at one point you're going to distort your creation just to fit a gender, you know? And at the end, it's not like that. One of our most masculine scent on paper, which is called Straight to Heaven White Crystal.
I know, I love it.
Half my customers are women.
I love it.
And in that scent, I have nothing typically feminine. No fruits, no flowers, nothing that you would see in a typical women's scent. But women love it. So, you know, I think that by saying that I'm genderless or unisex or whatever you want to call it, then you allow yourself to actually open your territory of creation much more, which at the end creates much more creative accords.
True, yeah, and you do have very creative names for the perfumes as well. Like, they really caught my attention at first. I love the names. Do you find the names for the perfumes? And I also read in one of your interviews that you specify the name before creating the perfume because it's kind of like where you base your scents from. Do you come up with the names in your daily life, or what are you inspired by with the names?
Yeah, because for me, the brand is composed with collections, if you want. My first collection was called Love Noir. I have a collection called In the Garden of Good and Evil. I have a collection called Addictive State of Mind. And in every collection, every scent is a chapter of the collection. You have to think almost every collection like an olfactive book, where every scent is a chapter of the book, right? So in that sense, I create the collection and all the names first. You know, it's like a book, it's written first. Or like the script of a movie. You cannot imagine a movie director choosing his actors and actresses before having the script, right?
True.
Same thing for me. I have perfumers that are going to be much better to express a raw emotion or a more sensual emotion or more erotic emotion. I have different perfumers for different emotions, exactly like actors and actresses. So first the story, then the perfume.
That's very, very interesting. I like the Don't Be Shy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of really my first one.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of collaborating with an artist, or have you before collaborated with an artist?
I collaborated with the great granddaughter of painter Henri Matisse.
Oh wow.
Her name is Sophie Matisse, and in 2008 and 2009 she hand painted at first 50 colored bottles for me, bottles and coffret, all numbers and sign, all unique and different. And the following year she did 15, but this time they were painted with gold leafing.
Wow.
They were absolutely stunning.
You have one of them? You keep one of them?
Yes, I have one at home. And we do have, and I don't know why they're not here, they should be here. And we kept 4 of each as a patrimony, if you want.
Yeah.
To have a bit of a history.
That's amazing. I would love to see them if you have them around here.
Yeah, I don't know where they are. We just moved. So there's no curtain.
But it's beautiful around here, honestly.
Yeah, we just moved, so it's not finished.
The design and aesthetics of your packaging is remarkable. Do you give the final decision? Do you have a group? How does it work?
There's only me working. I mean, it's really me and my creation studio. We don't need the approval of anyone, obviously. Yeah, it's a lot of work, frankly. Seems always simple when you see it finished, and you're like, why did it take me 2 years to get there, you know? But I think creation, especially when you try to do something really new that no one has ever seen, takes time.
True. Talking about time limits, do you think some perfumes could be labeled as démodé?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a bit exactly like fashion or like music. You know, if you smell disco, you're gonna be like, it's disco. It's the 70s. You know, it doesn't sound modern. If you the way women are dressed, and sometimes you say, oh my God, she's dressed like in the 80s, or she's dressed like in the 90s. So there is decades, there are periods. Same thing with perfume. We have perfume that immediately transport you into the 90s. You remember all those ozonic perfume, aqua perfumes, following Mise Miyake, Escape, all those perfume. I mean, you smell one of those ozonic perfume, you're back in the 90s. If you smell those very strong orange blossom tuberose scent, you're back in the 80s, you know? When you smell Chanel No. 5, I mean, it's a gorgeous creation, and you understand why it was so successful back then. But today, a woman who wears Chanel No. 5 doesn't smell modern, you know? So they try, and they know it because they just launched a scent called L'Eau numéro 5, or
they have like beneath collections, like summer collections, like kind of like subtitles to their actual the brands. Like, would you have any like perfumes that you think you thought would be used in the summer, some that you thought would be used in?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it doesn't happen like that. For me, when I create the scent, it's really a specific scent to capture the emotion carried by the name, right? You love Don't Be Shy. For me, this perfume was meant to express the passion in a love relationship. That moment when a husband or boyfriend is so in love with his girlfriend that he could just take a bite out of her. So I wanted a sweet scent, you know, but not a sweet like Angel or Flower Bomb or all those sweet perfumes that are built on a synthetic molecule. I really wanted something much more qualitative. So, and one day my perfumer was making marshmallow for her kids using her grandmother's cooking recipe. And when she looked at all of the recipe, she said, oh my God, but I have all those ingredients in perfumery. And back then, on the marshmallow, we used to pour orange water. And that gave us the idea of having this combination, orange blossom with a marshmallow reconstitution.
Wow, amazing story though.
Yeah.
Love it. Do perfumes have an expiry date?
They do. They save usually 2 years between the moment they put in the bottle by the moment you can use it, right? Now, there are 2 enemies to perfume. One is light and one is heat. So the worst place you can keep your bottle of perfume is your bathroom. Because there's a place where you have a lot of light to do your makeup and a lot of heat with the shower and the bath. So this is the worst place. The best place is probably a wine cave if you have one in your apartment, or your refrigerator.
Yeah.
It is, because it's going to be kept at a cool temperature and in the dark.
Would you have a home fragrance range? What's his? I'm really curious. You probably, like everybody probably knows, but what is the main difference? Is it the alcohol percentage between an older fragrance and a normal fragrance?
Doesn't no, you don't. You should not compose the same way. We have an entirely different range of scents for the home.
I see.
Yeah. Now, in the home spray, you know, when you launch a new scent, you have to do a lot of tests to make sure that it's not going to create allergic reactions on people's skins. So, the amount of raw materials and natural oil that you're allowed to play with when you create a perfume is much lower than for home perfume where you just spray in the air. So you have much more freedom, if you want, in the home spray than you have into the perfume for the skin. And usually for the home spray, you have only 10 to 12% of oil, and the rest is alcohol and water. In perfume, you can go. My perfumes are very highly concentrated because I love to give plenty of quality and luxury. You know, the feeling that you have a lot of perfume on yourself. So my levels are like twice that.
Do you think your upbringing helped you get into the perfume market?
I mean, I don't think so, honestly. I mean, I do have the feeling that when I started working in the perfume industry, it felt good. It felt as if I was naturally good for it, maybe because it was right for me. And at the same time, it felt far away from cognac to keep my family at a distance.
And obviously it's a huge success because wherever I go, it's as if it's like the jewelry between the perfumes. It's like it's the packaging, the feeling you give, like the branding is amazing.
Thank you.
Are you fidel to your perfume? What perfume do you use?
Oh no, I mean, I use only mine, but I have a wardrobe of perfume, you know. Just between spring, summer and winter, I have 2 different sets of perfumes. When at work, usually I wear my new trial, so I have always trials on my arm, everywhere. So during the day, I try not to wear anything that can interact with me evaluating all the trials for my future sets. But when I go out at night, I do have some scents. When I'm on a weekend, I want something a bit more casual. I have another set of scents. I think I have like 7 or 8 scents I play around with. For me, it's like a wardrobe. You know, you don't want to wear the same jacket, the same pocket square, the same shoes every day. So, for me, the perfume is really the ultimate accessory that finishes your look.
And my last question is, in this world where everything is very unsustainable and the attention capacity is very short, how do you manage to stay a big brand and how do you manage to keep the brand going? What is your motto?
I think we are really creative. I think this is really what sets us apart from everyone else, is that we keep coming up with new products, new creations. Every collection has a different box, has a different design. We just launched our home line. We are launching jewelry. We have this fine jewelry collaboration with Laurie Rodkin. Making interviews with you.
Yeah.
You know, I think that being relevant, being always in the pulse of the moment, and continue to surprise my customer, I think is really the key.
Thank you very much for your time.
Can I ask a last question?
Of course.
Let me tell you, so you ask, what you see that the future will bring to the perfume market? Like, what changes do you think will happen?
Well, I think that today we know how to put perfume in many different products. Like, I could scent my pocket square, I could scent jeans, I could scent actually almost every product. So when you think about it, then the possibilities are limitless for perfume. You know, there's so many more products that you would like to
integrate the perfume. Exactly. Like, imagine sofas with perfume. That would be amazing.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Bed sheets.
Bed, yeah.
Towels, you know, when you get out of the shower, you put it. Many possibilities.
That's really exciting.
And is there any scent that brings you back to your childhood? Brings back memories?
I mean, I have always been an early bird, so I always wake up early, and my grandfather was like me. My grandfather built LVMH, and I remember when I used to go in the living room, my grandfather would be already smoking his pipe. He would be drenched in Eau Sauvage from Dior. And I always find this combination of Eau Sauvage with the pipe. That's the memory. Now that's
very
my
nostalgic.
The combination, yeah. And then it would be just the two of us talking. No one would come for a couple hours. It would be great. So at one point, I'm going to try to recompose that combination. It's just
that would be
so
really,
fantastic.
really exciting.
I know.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It was lovely talking to you.
You too.